Do you think you understand women? Think again, because here's the truth. Most men live in a theater of illusions, convinced they're in control, when in reality they're just disposable pawns in a millennia-old biological game. And the cruelest part? Women were handed the rule book before you even learned how to speak. You were programmed to lose, from the very beginning. From the first romantic cartoon you watched, from the first "be nice" you heard from your mother, from the first women-like sensitive guys you read in a magazine. And what would Jung say about this? He'd say you're at the mercy of unconscious forces, archetypes as ancient as humanity itself. You're living the myth of the blind lover, lost in search of the anima, the feminine representation within the male psyche, without ever truly understanding her. You didn't know, but you were being programmed, not just by society, but by the very architecture of your own mind. What you're about to hear might upset you. It might irritate you. It might even shatter your deepest beliefs. But if you have the courage to listen all the way through, if you have the stomach for raw truths, you'll leave this video with new eyes, X-ray vision, and most importantly, power. Before we go on, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment with what hit you the hardest, because today, the veil comes off. Shattering the illusion from the cradle, we're conditioned to believe in romantic, magical, unconditional love. Movies, soap operas, music. They all teach the same formula. Be kind, be honest, be consistent, be the nice guy, and you will be loved. But the real world doesn't care about fairy tales. The feminine nature doesn't respond to kindness. It responds to utility, to advantage, to the instinct of survival and reproduction. And Jung warned us, the unconscious is autonomous, and female behavior is largely ruled by archetypes that men ignore. The mother, the lover, the shadow. A man who doesn't understand these symbols walks like a sleepwalker into the battlefield of love. You can write poems, bring flowers, pay for dinners, plan trips. None of that matters if you don't represent symbolic value, not just material. A woman doesn't choose based on your love. She chooses based on what you represent. And if what you represent doesn't activate her most primal instincts, she loses interest. Seduction is not romance. Seduction is symbolic narrative. It's living mythology. The secret program. You think you've fallen in love? That you found the woman of your life? That happiness has finally arrived? Biology would say something else. You've merely identified a potentially fertile partner, and she, even without realizing it, scanned you, assessed your traits, your confidence, your social status, your posture, your body language, your ability to generate and protect resources. But philosophy offers another lens. Plato said love is the desire to possess the good forever, and that applies to both genders. But the definition of good differs between them. For her, good could mean protection, stability, genetic strength, presence. What you feel inside isn't visible. Therefore, it doesn't count. Passion isn't love. It's a software program pushing you to reproduce. Once the mission is completed, or when you stop presenting a challenge, the system shuts down. Jung would call this the shadow of passion, an instinct that feels like destiny, but hides chaos behind beauty. The invisible weapon. Have you ever wondered how a woman so small can emotionally dominate a man who is physically much stronger? The answer lies in the invisible weapon: influence. While the man thinks in logic, the woman thinks in social strategy. While he seeks solutions, she reads intentions. While he acts, she observes. Jung spoke of the instinctive feminine, a psychic force that acts beneath the surface, capable of guiding actions, manipulating context, and shaping perceptions without a single word being spoken. Every conversation is a test. Every provocation, a ritual of selection. You're being tested all the time. Do you give in too easily? Do you try too hard to please? Do you apologize for being yourself? Every wrong answer is a rejection of your own power. Stoic philosophy would say, you don't control what she feels, but you do control who you choose to be. And that changes everything. The myth of the good man. We live under the illusion that the good guys win in the end. But look at reality. The nice guy becomes the relationship counselor. The good catch gets ignored. The romantic guy is left for the jerk. Why? Because it's not about being good. It's about magnetism, symbolic value, energetic presence. Jung spoke of the need to integrate the shadow, the rejected, bold, masculine, assertive, even aggressive side. A man who represses his shadow becomes predictable, passive, and emotionally neutered. Women want to rise. They crave connection with strength, with leadership, with direction. Nietzsche's philosophy fits here. What is good? Everything that enhances the feeling of power in man. You can be good, but if you're not strong, you'll be discarded. The nature of desire. Desire isn't born from comfort. It's born from mystery, from tension, from challenge, from doubt. Female desire is a dance between safety and danger, between stability and chaos, between the known and the unpredictable. What is too comfortable, too predictable, too constant, becomes furniture. And no one desires furniture. The man who sparks desire is the one who embodies his archetype. The king, the warrior, the sage, the one who is on a quest, who leads, who doesn't depend on approval. A woman desires the man who is whole on his own. And as Jung said, a woman doesn't want the perfect man, she wants the real man, the one who has faced his own demons. The path to liberation. Now comes the question, what do you do with all this? Get bitter? Hate women? Isolate yourself? Number. The answer is integration. You need to meet your forgotten parts. Embrace your shadow. Develop your integral masculinity. The free man is the one who knows the rules and plays with intelligence. He doesn't bend to please. He expands to master himself. Jung spoke of individuation, the process of becoming whole, of leaving behind the insecure boy seeking love and transforming into the man who offers direction to the world. You want to be irresistible? Then stop living for external approval. Start living like a man on a mission. Women don't follow beggars. They follow leaders. And more deeply, those who have mastered themselves. The awakening truth is not kind, but it sets you free. Most men will continue crawling for approval, doing everything right, and still losing, because they're playing an emotional game, when the real game is biological, symbolic, and spiritual. But a few will awaken. They'll realize they don't need to be chosen. They need to become undeniable. The right woman won't save you. She will test you. And as Jung once said, the encounter with yourself is the destiny of every man. Are you ready for that encounter? Or will you keep believing that love is enough? Will you be just another one? Or will you become a rare man? The choice is now yours.